So, we have just concluded our study on the book of Acts, and that brings us to a pivotal point in our study, in as much as it brings us to the conclusion of the study of the historical books in the New Testament. And so I thought it would be a good time for us to just do an overview of the Bible and of the New Testament layout. And so we've said all along that in our study that the Bible has two major divisions. The two major divisions are the Old Testament and the New Testament. We know from our study that a testament is just a covenant. It's just an agreement, if you will. And so the Old Testament is the old covenant between God and his people, and the New Testament is the new covenant between God and followers of Christ Jesus. And so when we look at those, we know we looked at the Bible over as a whole, and we looked at ways that we could easily remember the number of books in that Bible layout. So the number of books, we came up with this easy to remember way of recalling this information. We said that we took the word Old Testament. We said the word old has 3 letters, O-L-D. We said that the word testament has 9 letters. And so we took that 3 and 9 and just played around with it. We said that the Old Testament has 3 and 9, 39 books. The New Testament has 3 times 9, 27 books. And the Bible as a whole has 3 from 9, which is 6. And we just doubled it out, 66. So the Bible has 66 books. And so those are just easy ways to remember it. Now, of the New Testament from which we've been studying, we said that the New Testament has how many books? 3 times 9, 27 books. Those 27 books lays out as follows: 5 historical books and 22 epistles. An epistle is just another name for a letter. And so the New Testament has 5 historical books, 22 letters. The 5 historical books are the 4 Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and Acts. And so that brought us to the end of where we are now, currently. Now in our next series of lessons, we're going to look at those 22 epistles. Those 22 epistles, or letters, lays out as follows. The Apostle Paul wrote 13 of those epistles. So there are 13 Pauline epistles. And then there are 9 general epistles. That is to say, these are epistles written by people other than the Apostle Paul. Of the 13 Pauline epistles, 9 of those are ecclesiastical epistles. That is to say, they are letters that were written to churches. And then 4 of those are pastoral epistles. That is, they were written to individuals, pastors or individuals. So they're pastoral in nature. Okay, so what we're going to do in our next study is take a look at these 22 epistles. We're going to approach it from a chronological standpoint, rather than studying them in the order that they appear in the Bible. The reason that we are going to study these epistles from a chronological standpoint is that will give us the best opportunity to synthesize the timelines with the other historical books of the New Testament. And so we are going to look first at the Pauline epistles, and then we'll look at the other general epistles. And so that will conclude the information that I wanted to give you tonight. And we will pick up our next lesson on our study of the epistles. So until we meet again, be blessed.